Annihilation by Jeff VanderMeer, the literary equivalent of being dropped into a foggy swamp with nothing but a journal, a vague sense of purpose, and a strong suspicion that the trees are judging you. This time I actually have a physical copy, bought it on Vinted of all places. It's a tiny one, pocket size, the sort of book that makes you feel very literally while wedged between a pack bag and someone's elbow on the London Underground. Perfect for reading while pretending not to notice the person next to you scrolling through TikTok at full brightness. But here is the thing. It feels like part of the bigger novel. You can almost feel the spectral outline of chapters, especially in the very beginning. In truth, there is no beginning at all. Opening the book, we find ourselves already descending into a tower, strange as that may sound. Perhaps the beginning never survived the agent's red pen. I imagine Jeff VanderMeer submitting his manuscript. Here is my 120k word masterpiece of ecological horror. And his agent replied, "Brilliant. Absolutely love it. Let's make it 60." The writing is lush in a way that a rainforest is lush, beautiful, impenetrable, and likely to give you a rush. Speaking of the language in which it is written, I can state with certainty that I could hardly write like this in any tongue I know. It exerts a hypnotic hold. So, in this cheerful romp through ecological apocalypse, we follow the biologist. Yes, that's her name, don't get attached. As she and three other women, the Surveyor, the Psychologist, and the Anthropologist, enter Area X, a quarantine zone full of mysterious phenomena, rapidly decaying sanity, and the kind of eerie stillness that says you are definitely being watched by a glowing otter. The team's mission: scientific exploration. The result: existential dread with a side of spores. As our narrator drifts deeper into Area X and away from basic human interaction, we uncover secrets, lies, and the tower that isn't a tower. Wonderme doesn't just describe a tunnel. No, it's a topographical anomaly. The structure has all the elements of the tower, except that it rises downwards toward the center of the Earth. A supporter of the flat Earth theory would find this utterly disturbing. There is also ominous writing on the wall, literally delivered by some kind of sentient fungus. The narrative is entwined like grapevines with heroine's memories. Her husband, it turns out, had also been in Area X, which naturally gave her the idea to follow him on a little reconnaissance. He did come back from this alien cursed place, but he wasn't quite himself anymore. Distant, unreachable, especially in bed, and this understandably drove her mad. So she dials a certain special number. Soon men in identical unmarked cars arrive, collect her husband, and whisk him away to parts unknown. Honestly, I wish we all have that number. You see, my husband changed. He is less responsive in bed. Could you come and take him away, please? And if it's not too much trouble, perhaps bring me another one, someone a bit more, shall we say, expressive at night. Naturally, they didn't bring her any replacement, so she sets off after the old one into Area X. In the end, we discover that the lighthouse keeper has transformed into a gigantic radiant slug whose chemical and biological makeup consist of nothing less than pure human brain cells. Spoiler: such a vision is only possible after inhaling the golden spores of the fungus clinging to the walls of the breathing tower that winds deeper underground. She didn't manage to find her husband, though, but she did come across a dolphin with his eyes. Close enough, I suppose. Well, yes, anyone who spends too much time in Area X ends up like this, or at least gathering moss, literally, on their shoulders. Characters, emotionally detached scientists who interact with the world like NPCs in a video game made by Kafka. Dialogue, why speak when you can internalize cryptic metaphors and descend slowly into fungal madness? The best part? I finished the book with less understanding than when I started. I feel like I've been gaslighted by a moss-covered Lovecraftian horror with a thesaurus. Don't expect clean answers. Expect to feel mildly unsettled every time you pass a lighthouse for the rest of your life. If you enjoy dense atmosphere, unreliable narrators, and questioning your sanity, Annihilation will be your jam. If you are looking for answers, clarity, or a basic sense of what the hell just happened, may Area X have mercy on your soul. It is perfect for readers who like where sci-fi slow burn, where metaphors heavy, and where reality slightly warped. It's not a book, it's an experience. Preferably enjoyed with a gas mask and a firm grip on your identity. Would recommend. Would also maybe not go to my backyard for a while afterward. Bonus round. Annihilation movie. The movie takes the inspired by approach, meaning it uses the book as a vague suggestion, like a Pinterest board for existential horror. You still got Area X, you still got the Biologist, Natalie Portman giving pick, I didn't sign up for this. And you still got creepy flora and fauna doing very legal things with biology. But gone is the slow burn journal vibe. Instead, we get full on shimmer drenched acid trip with bonus bear screaming human noises nightmare fuel. Let's talk about the shimmer. It's like a Lisa Frank folder mated with a black hole and decided to terraform Earth with glitter. The visuals are stunning. Every plant, animal, and person in there is undergoing extreme redecorating. If body horror and dazzling light shows are your thing, welcome home. Plot-wise, it's less let's understand Area X and more let's get emotionally destroyed in a rainbow hellscape. Characters make decisions with all the logic of the people in a dream sequence, and I respect that. There is also some light self-destruction themes because what is sci-fi horror film without a healthy dose of therapy avoidance? And then there is the ending, which is best described as 2001 A Space Odyssey meets Magic Eye poster meets I no longer know who I am, but I'm glowing and it's fine. In summary, the Annihilation film is gorgeous, haunting, confusing, and possibly trying to colonize your brain with metaphors. Watch it if you love weird science, fear, glitter, or want to experience the joy of never looking at your reflection the same way again. As you can see, my transformation has already started, which makes it the perfect moment to return to the book and to Jeff VanderMeer himself. Did he make me stop and think about something? Undoubtedly he did. What if the world we inhabit is not the one we truly live in, but only the one we have been trained to see? In Annihilation, the explorers walk into Area X as though it were foreign territory. Yet what they encounter is not alien so much as unmasked. The shimmer of plants, the unsettling sense that consciousness is not confined to the human mind but distributed across vine and fungus. These are not intrusions, they are revelations. Hypnosis in the novel is not only a tool of control but also a metaphor. Perhaps we too are hypnotized, lulled by habit, language, and culture into ignoring the luminous strangeness of the living world. We pass by forests as though they were background, when in truth they may be radiant architectures of perception, each tree an organ of awareness, each root a nerve. To be dehypnotized as the biologist begins into Area X is not simply to see differently, but to realize that seeing was never enough. The terror and the beauty of Vandermeer's vision converge on the question: what if the Earth is not inert matter, but an intelligence, vast and breathing? And what if our blindness to that truth has been cultivated for survival or for control? Area X is not another place, it is the world stripped of its veil. Maybe this is all a dream. Maybe each of us glows with the inner fire, but we're hypnotized by the system into not to seeing it, not feeling ourselves as part of a living ecosystem that, in truth, is far more powerful, ancient, and wise than we are. Or maybe this book is simply a reminder that each human body contains as many bacteria, essentially foreign organisms, as it does human cells. Comrades, wake up! We are half made of bacteria. Annihilation has already happened. Then again, considering that the tower ultimately turns out to be the god of some gigantic living organism, it seems we humans are probably just the bacteria inhabiting a colossal body. And judging by the length of the tunnel the heroine wandered through, it could be nothing other than the large intestine. However, she never made it to the epic exit and turned back, so we'll never know the truth. The idea that Area X feeds on people and that's why it doesn't go on a world tour is my favorite. Honestly, I love this version the most. It makes all those expeditions feel less like glorified suicide notes and more like an open buffet of hypnotized volunteers. Of course, the book never spells it out because why make things easy, right? Still, I spotted one juicy clue. In the heroine's husband's journal, there's this eerie little line about teeth in the tower. Add a couple more hints about Area X ballooning bigger every year, and voila! We are either looking at ecological horror or the weirdest diet plan in literature. The author never really tells us what Area X actually is, but I have my own theory. I suspect it was nothing more than a dumping ground for alien radioactive waste. And of course, the aliens put up warning signs and helpful little markers saying humans do not enter. But human nature being what it is, such signs only fan the flames of curiosity, and we can't help but throw ourselves headlong into trouble, or in our case, into expeditions.
Looking back over my shoulder, I can see that look in your eye. I never dreamed that it could be over. I never wanted to say goodbye. Looking back, help me, over my shoulder, there's an aching deep in my heart. I wish we were starting